Have you ever, walked into a massive sports bar or maybe seen footage of a NASA control room and just wondered how they get the exact right video feed onto dozens or even hundreds of screens?
Right, without the whole system just crashing instantly.
Exactly. Well, today, welcome to the Deep Dive, where we are unpacking the unseen technology powering those massive visual landscapes. We're looking at a huge catalog from HDTVSupply. They are a 25-year global AV provider, and we're using their sprawling Wolfpack ecosystem and stuff like the Kiloview KiloLink Station Pro as our lens today.
Yeah, when you look at this catalog, you really start to realize the staggering scale of this equipment. I mean, it's not just plugging in an HDMI cable, right? It's really industrial-grade data management.
And let's talk about that scale, because these Wolfpack modular matrix switchers, they can route high-definition video to anywhere from just 2 TVs up to an insane 160 TVs simultaneously.
Yeah, 160 TVs all at once.
But I have to play devil's advocate for you, the listener here. Why do we need specialized industrial hardware for this? Couldn't a sports bar just buy 160 streaming boxes, hook them up to a killer Wi-Fi router, and just call it a day?
I mean, if they wanted a total buffering nightmare, sure. Standard Wi-Fi kind of acts like a single-lane dirt road. When you try to push 160 HD video streams down that one road, the data packets, they literally have to wait in line.
Oh, right, which causes all the lag and dropped frames.
Exactly, or even total network failure. So a matrix switcher, on the other hand, it's a physical hardware solution. It basically acts like a 160-lane digital superhighway with a dedicated traffic cop for every single car.
So the data never has to wait in line. It's dedicating a specific bandwidth lane for every single input and output.
That's the core mechanism, yeah. It takes the chaos of all your physical inputs, cable boxes, local cameras, stringing devices, and routes them flawlessly. And you can control the whole thing, from their Wolfpad tablets, free iOS or Android apps, Windows 11 PC software, or even a WebJoy.
Wow. Which is a relief when you think about how overwhelming it is to manage just, 2 HDMI inputs on your home TV. Multiply that by 80 and you absolutely need that dedicated superhighway.
Oh, absolutely. It's all about eliminating friction and latency.
But here's where the jump happens for me. Controlling 160 TVs makes total sense for a massive sports bar on a Sunday. Yet this catalog is heavily geared toward government and institutional purchasing. Wait, why is NASA buying the exact same matrix switchers as the pub down the street?
Well, it comes down to mission-critical data, and they have access to GSA schedules, TAA-approved products, and the NASA SUP program to buy this stuff.
Because if a sports bar loses a feed, people get annoyed. But if a rocket launch loses a telemetry feed...
And the consequences are catastrophic.
Right.
So government agencies buy this commercial gear because the underlying silicon and routing logic are virtually bulletproof.
Let's pause there on the rocket launch sakes. Because if they're using something like the Kiloview KiloLink Station Pro, which the catalog calls a hardware bonding receiver, what does hardware bonding actually mean here?
So imagine tying several different internet connections together into one unbreakable cable. If a cellular network or broadband line completely fails during a live launch, the bonded receiver instantly leans on the other connections.
Wow.
Yeah, the video stream never drops because the hardware physically bonded the bandwidth together.
Ah, so it's ultimate redundancy. But NASA isn't just hooking up basic cable boxes. How does a matrix switcher actually talk to specialized space cameras or complex industrial sensors?
Well, it's not plug and play. That's why these switchers rely on heavy integration with major tech partners. You've got heavyweights like Dell, Bose, Canon, and Epson. The matrix switcher acts as a universal translator for all of them.
Wait, really? So it can take all those weird specialized feeds and just make them work?
Exactly. It takes those raw feeds and allows operators to manipulate them on the fly using complex PIP or POP, picture-in-picture or picture-outside-picture video wall controllers. And those scale from simple 1x2 setups up to huge 10x1 arrays.
Meaning a controller can scale a tiny sensor feed up to a massive 10-screen wide array, or just shrink it down to a corner monitor instantly.
All without losing a single frame of data.
So what does this all mean for you? I think the real aha moment here is realizing that the exact same commercial silicon chip ensuring you don't miss a touchdown is robust enough to serve as mission-critical infrastructure for orbital telemetry.
Yeah, the seamless video walls you see out in the world, they are powered by this incredibly deep physical network logic. The line between commercial entertainment tech and industrial data monitoring is basically gone.
Which leaves you with something to ponder. As this commercial technology continues to scale up, I mean, we're already seeing 8K resolution products and 160 screen arrays in these catalogs. How long until this level of massive multi-screen video routing becomes the standard for our everyday remote work home offices?